Portal 4 behind the scenes. Now, you may be wondering, what is the Portal 4? Well, it is an adventure map that I am making. Well, that's what it is. It's an adventure map around portals. Now, me and my friends like to call it two-player as its code name because of story reasons. But you're here for some behind the scenes and some more Minecraft. So, let's begin. So, today we need to add a small room with lots of overgrowth. Now, I've already gotten a little started on how it's going to work. So, to begin, with the type of setting that I'm using, I am using full iron as for the floors, walls, and ceiling. Because you are inside a laboratory after all. Of some sort. Now find a block that is very close in resemblance to iron, which I'm using diorite as an example. Because diorite looks a lot like iron, but if it were to wear and tear and get all dirty. And also, this is just an excuse to show off that I could kind of use diorite, the most hated stone-like block out of stone, sandstone, granite, andesite, and diorite. Diorite is the least favorited, and one of the top 10 blocks that nobody likes to use. So I was like, use it for something, just to remind all of my friends and other people that this block exists in the game. Oh, I accidentally flew outside the roof. That's okay. So what you want to do to try to add some overgrowth is to add some wear and tear on the ceilings and floors and walls. I'm getting to the floors in a second, but that's where I use the grass block in my inventory, as you can see. Also, anybody watching this, please ask Mojang to add Minecraft VR to PlayStation. It's about time you add something like that. That would be cool, and that is something that I would spend all my time in VR in. Oops. So I'm just adding some wear and tear on the walls so that they do not look clean. Now, how I added all these holes was just random. Randomly selected all these holes. None of these holes have any pattern. And if they have a pattern, it's coincidence only. Now, I'm going to go over how to add these sort of holes in a second here, once I get to the floor. Now, let's work on the roof. I'll try to stay on the inside so I do not show much of the map, since, well, that would be kind of spoilers to what the map has to offer. So I'll just work on the inside. It is a tiny bit harder and you really can't see much, but I'm not trying to show off much, obviously. See some fancy stuff on the top there? Yeah, just try not to acknowledge that too much. So, another thing is, I would have added blinking lights, but there isn't enough room. If you want to add a blinking light for a broken down warehouse, first, add redstone lamp. Next, get some redstone to connect it. And put it in a style like that. Get some repeaters. And then set these to however you want. I like them at the biggest setting. And then put down a redstone torch and quickly blink it. Now you have a blinking light. which is very useful for broken down warehouses and horror maps. I don't know why I fixed that. I will be breaking the floor soon anyway. There's no holes outside. That's good. Now it is time to work on the floor. How to add random holes? This is just, well, break like this. And just go around the whole area that you want to break. This is what I did with the walls. Make sure to get the corners since they're harder to reach while breaking randomly. And if you break your wall, well, replace it with something broken. Finish up the corners and where the floor connects to the wall so that you can have... So it doesn't look like it was just in the middle. I am happy with this. That's fine. So I am going to replace this with diorite and grass block. So singular pieces, like this one, would probably just have the diorite. Or there isn't much there. But bigger pieces would have the grass. Like this one right here would have grass. That's just how I would do it. Around, patching up random holes. I do want this area to be overly grassy, as you should. Let's get some night vision so that you could see better. I'm fine with it, but I'm not sure you guys would. I do want to add some diorite in the middle. So I might have one big streak in the middle of diorite. And also a little bit to the side right here. To add some diorite in the bland places. This is looking much better. Now it is time to add the grass. So you can either add dirt or grass. I'm adding grass for mine, but either one of them works. Of course, dirt also looks really good, which I might actually touch up on soon. Hold on. Alright. Oops. add some more grass. I'm just gonna go in and just fill in some random grass everywhere. But I'm not gonna destroy the diorite. If you do, I'll just replace it. You should. This laboratory is starting to get really overrun with grass and grass. So there isn't a lot of grass on the edges, so I'll get to that. That's looking a lot better. I am happy with this. Now, let us try to add some coarse dirt. Maybe. Oops. Maybe we can add some straight coarse dirt along the walls. But not much, since it kind of looks weird that there's dirt on the wall. Let's add just a few spots everywhere. Just like if it were to have, like, chicken pox. Add a little bit more detail to the wall and ceilings. Add some chicken pox to the wall. And if it doesn't look good, then I don't know. Oops. Alright. Now let's patch up all the holes with the dirt. That's the door. Try not to patch up the door itself. Patch up the walls with the dirt. We're getting close to the end of just the wall and ceiling itself. But now, we can get close to the interior. Starting to get darker. Almost all the holes are getting patched up. It's starting to look like overgrowth. It's looking pretty good. Oops. My sensitivity is a little higher than I'd like it. There's no holes in the ceiling. No holes anywhere where I could see. And it's looking pretty good. It's looking really good. So now it's time to add, well, the growth and overgrowth. Just sporadically place leaves everywhere. And try not to be formal, you know, let it be random. Then it won't look natural if it isn't random. Like, jerk your joystick around. Try to make the placing of the leaves as random as possible. Not liking how bulky that is, so I'll shave it down just a little bit. Place a little bit more on the edges. It's already looking really good. Maybe have some drooping right here on this edge. Maybe make this curved, maybe. There's lots of leaves on this side. Now I'm gonna try to connect these vines, or these leaves, to each other. Then let it jolt out like thunder and lightning to cover most of the ceiling. This side is looking a little bit lonely. Add some overgrowth to it. Now, let's think about making the leaves droop a little bit. So they aren't just latched onto the roof. Look like they're about to fall and wither onto the ground. That's looking excellent so far. Now let's add a little bit of leaves on the ground here. That don't go anywhere other than just being there. Let it cross each other like this. This is looking pretty good so far. But I'm not done yet. This wall isn't looking too bright. Let's add a little bit of that on there. This wall ain't looking too good either. We want it to be almost impossible to look in any direction without seeing any leaves. It's perfect. Now, let's add a little bit of cobwebs everywhere. This is overgrowth, yes, but little critters probably come by here as well. Place cobwebs within the trees. Within every branch. We aren't the only ones that came across this area. Looking like this place haven't been here for a long time. I would place the cobwebs sporadically along the ground, but I do not want to make it frustrating for my friends or anybody to traverse this area, since cobwebs do slow you down. So just try to place cobwebs in little crevices. So that it is possible for you to get stuck in them, but it isn't impossible to get through without touching them. Just a little trap for me right there. Always gotta add at least one trap. Place a little bit in the middle. Place them right here. There you go. It's looking pretty nice. Not looking too bad. I remember when this area didn't look like nothing. Now, nothing beats overgrowth more than classic vines. Just place these, just try to place a lot of these everywhere. So that nothing can escape. Place these everywhere you can think of. The more, I think, the better. place these on the drooping leaves so that it can fall into the middle. Since the middle isn't decorative yet, we're getting around to that. Place them on the roofs too, because they will kind of grow on the roofs. It's quite a lot of vines. Feels like I'm watching YouTube when Vine shut down. Vines, they're everywhere. Next, place shrubs everywhere. Things have overgrown, but yes, things have died here. Like these shrubs. Shrubs even make it even more like it's been a long time. And then place tall grass. But try not to replace the shrubs, since you can do that. If an area is looking short of a few shrubs, make sure to dab on some real quick. It will not hurt. Try to leave some open space for grass as well. So it doesn't look too cluttered. This is looking really nice. I'm loving this place. But what more can we add? I'm thinking maybe a leek, maybe. Let's break some. Let's break some of that. Let's add some coarse dirt on the ground. Replace all that with some diorite. All of it nearby. I say that we're done with the cobwebs for now. Place some water everywhere. Like there may have been a leak somewhere. Let's place just a couple of these. Since we don't want to make it look like a pond. Or a park. Because I bet over time, pipes have busted here. Alright. I guess the only thing that we could probably add is a tree itself, but that would take up too much space. And we'd like it open. I mean, we can add some. Let's make it look like trees maybe have fallen over. Let's add a baby tree. Because we all gotta start somewhere. Let's maybe add a log blocking the path on this end. You'd have to jump over it. Now it's starting to look like a national park. Let's make it look like this tree just fell over. Let's grab back our cobweb. Place a couple here. Make it look like it just fell over. And then place some vines on your new trees. Oops. And try not to replace any grass, because I accidentally just did there. I do not think there is much else to add. Maybe add like a couple of lily pads here and there. This is overgrowth after all. Oh, and I almost forgot flowers. How could I forget about flowers? Even though this place is already beautiful, gotta add some flowers still. Let's add some lily of the valleys everywhere. But do not try to replace any of the tall grass. Unless you have placed too much, if you think. Add a little bit of diversity. Let's add some cornflowers and the lily of the valleys, since they're pretty new to the game. Relatively speaking. Add a little flower poking underneath the broken down tree. And it's looking pretty good. This tree looks like it has a bald spot. Add some more shrubbery here. There you go. This is what you'd call true overgrowth. I think I am done here. I'll just give you a quick overview of the map that we have just made. What does it look like without the night vision? Ooh, quite spooky. It's looking quite spooky now. Maybe add a few lanterns here and there. Light up some of the areas. Just a little bit so people could see them. So this is quite a big area. There you go. That's looking awesome. Now, you're probably wondering, what's that stuff on the map? And yes, I did foolishly leave my map open for all to see, but I'll just give you a little bonus of the map, since, you're watching this. So I guess you could see that as a little bonus for watching this video, if you are one who has played this map so far. Gonna take a screenshot. But alright, thank you very much for watching this special live stream. I just wanted to give you guys an extra live stream. But, we have done well. Now, I'm gonna end the stream and add secrets here.